Good evening and welcome to CSM News. My name is Ella Mackenzie and today's breaking headline: trade unions in the UK are gaining strength under the new Labour government. With Sir Keir Starmer now in Downing Street, major changes are reshaping employment relations, collective bargaining and the future of worker voice. Tonight we examine whether trade unions really are regaining national influence in this rapidly changing environment. First, let's look at the bigger picture. In today's VUCA environment, defined by volatile, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity, industrial relations are evolving quickly. Traditionally, industrial relations focus on conflict, negotiation, and collective bargaining between employers and employees. Employment relations develop from that, shifting towards more contemporary ideas such as individual workplace rights, organisational culture, and managerial-led practices. But even as workplaces modernise, trade unions remain crucial. They negotiate pay, protect working conditions, and represent workers when disputes arise. They act as a legitimate voice in organisational and national policy making. Historically, union influence is significantly reduced under Margaret Thatcher, whose reforms limited picketing, strike action, and collective bargaining. This reflected a unitary approach that emphasised managerial authority. However, pluralist theorists, such as Fox, argue that workplace conflict is natural, and unions play a necessary balancing role. Dunlop system theory takes this further, suggesting that employees, employers, and unions form an interconnected system, and any legal or economic changes impact the entire structure. And now the landscape is shifting again. So, the election of Sir Keir Starmer in 2024 has revived a more pluralistic model of employment relations. Labour has pledged to repeal the Trade Union Act 2016, arguing it restricts the right to strike. They've also introduced a new Employment Rights Bill, described as the biggest upgrade to workers' rights in a generation. More than 28 major reforms were included, from enhanced job security to expanded union access in workplaces. This bill is expected to impact around 15 million workers, signalling a major shift back towards collective worker voice. Here at CSM News, we also turn our spotlight to one of the most influential unions, Unite the Union. Unite is the largest union in the UK and Ireland, representing workers across transport, manufacturing, food production, construction, finance and public services. It was formed in 2007 from the merger of Amux and the TGWU. Unite's core mission is simple: to protect rights, improve conditions and campaign for fair treatment. With more than 1.1 million members, Unite plays a central role in collective bargaining, pay negotiations, pensions, dispute resolution, and workplace safety. Members also benefit from legal representation, financial support, including strike pay and hardship funds, and access to training, skills development, and health and safety education. Unite also campaigns beyond the workplace, such as its United Minds mental health initiative. Unite's influence is also clear in recent industrial actions. For example, in 2021, Unite led the Go North West bus strike, which lasted nearly 2.5 months, and they successfully defeated fire and rehire proposals. However, more recently, Unite has been heavily involved in the 2025 Birmingham bin strike. I'm sure you've all heard about it. The union has provided legal support, strike pay and representation in negotiations with Birmingham City Council after proposed role changes and pay cuts. Unite's assertive stance here demonstrates its continued power in defending workers and shaping local Labour policy. Now, the big question is the Labour government strengthening trade unions? The evidence strongly suggests yes. Since entering office, Sir Keir Starmer has positioned himself as a strong supporter of unions. Labour's commitment to repealing the Trade Union Act 2016 and introducing the Employment Rights Bill demonstrates a clear pro-union direction. We're already seeing the effects. Strikes among groups such as train drivers, junior doctors and nurses have reduced due to improved pay settlements. This shows a government willing to negotiate, compromise and stabilise industrial relations. Recent data from the CIPD shows that 56% of employers now see union collaboration as beneficial, rising to 79% in the public sector. This indicates that partnership working is becoming more accepted across the UK. Of course, not everyone agrees. Some highlight that overall union membership is still lower than historic levels, but new developments suggest momentum is shifting. Measures such as lowering recognition thresholds and expanding workplace rights are creating a more supportive environment for organised labour. With the government committed to improving employment standards and strengthening collective bargaining, unions are positioned to regain a central role in UK employment relations. So, to conclude tonight's report, trade unions are indeed gaining strength under the Labour government. Legislative reforms, increased political engagement, and renewed industrial activity all signal a shift towards a more pluralistic and worker-focused employment relations system. Unite the Union is a powerful example of how collective action continues to shape workplace conditions and influence national labour policy. Thank you for watching CSM News. I'm Ellen Mackenzie, and we'll see you again soon with more breaking developments in employment and industrial relations. Thank you.